the dog walk. I thought it was packed. Probably as crowded as it's ever been that I can remember, especially for a game of that nature. So I appreciate the fan base coming out. Thought they stayed into the game, at least through the first half. And then our players played hard in spurts. Thought there were a lot of young guys that had a lot of jitters that needed to get those out. We got to grow up, and we got to grow up fast because the road in front of us is not easy. We're going to play a team I got a lot of respect for and play in a place that is extremely difficult to play in. So a lot of the lessons learned today, I think our kids will learn from. Hopefully gain a little confidence to get a little bit out of their system and get a little nerves out of the way. But certainly think that we need to improve. And we got a lot of areas we can improve in. With that, I'll open it up for questions.
Kirby, they had a couple of players go down in that late going. Is that something that you and Will got together to decide to make that fourth quarter 10 minutes?
Yeah, we talked about it out there when his player was injured. He just opted to do that, something they're allowed to do, to make it 10 instead of 15. And he asked if it'd be all right. I said, yeah. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the players being injured, but they had a couple guys get cramps. He didn't think that any of the injuries were serious.
Kirby, the defense played the edge real good today. You got to be happy with a shutout anytime, I guess, start off the season like this.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not one to shed light on a lot of positives, but I didn't think we played to the caliber that we probably should have. But I thought defensively, when you have a shutout, in this day and age, it's hard to do, okay? Especially against offenses that are in formations and rocketing and orbiting and doing things like that. It makes it tough to defend. But our kids played hard, and that's what we ask them to do.
Coach, when you're rolling 4 running backs and all those receivers in, how much do those guys know when they finally get a play call for them, you better take advantage?
Yeah, I don't think they think about it that way. I think they think about it like, if I have an opportunity to go block and crack, I thought that Riley was physical in his blocking today. I thought that Charlie had a couple of good blocks, several guys. They look at it as, when my roll's up and they call on me to go watch somebody, I better do it good or I might not be back in here. And the motivating factor is I've got to do great things without the ball, not necessarily great things with the ball.
Coach, how did your team fall? Sorry.
With the interest Robertson on the touch he had to find the opening for a touchdown. I mean, what was kind of your thought on that? He was a guy who you had said earlier in camp was conditioned. He had to go through the whole waiver process. So, what were your thoughts on his opportunity there?
I was happy for him. I thought his first touch to be a touchdown was incredible. It's awesome for a kid that's been all over the country, and I tell you, he should have came here the first time. So he's here now, and that was his first touch. So I'm happy for him, but he's not in condition that he should be in. He'll tell you that. And he ran out of gas on that run. So in the SEC, that might not have been a touchdown. So we want to encourage him to keep getting in shape so that he can turn that into a touchdown when we play an SEC opponent.
How did your team get better today?
I think just the experience, the atmosphere. I hope that we can grow and learn from the mistakes because you get to coach off the first tape. There's a lot of things that we can improve on, and a lot of it starts with tackling and blocking and getting more movement. We'll play better teams, let's all be honest. We're going to play teams that have more talent. So we've got to be able to execute at a higher clip and not have some of those games were 2 and 3 yards that might be lost yardage plays against somebody else. We can't have those negative plays offensively, and then defensively we were soft on a couple runs where they had 4 or 5 yards. We can't do that. We can't live in second and mediums and second shorts in our conference. So I think the biggest thing we'll get out of today is experience, because we had a lot of players play today that didn't have experience, that gained experience.
Coach, you mentioned the quarterback situation would be fluid. Can you just talk about what went through, how you substituted, what went through your mind to win?
Yeah, we learned last year, guys, that the quarterback situation can change with an injury, so we want to be prepared. No difference than last year with Jacob and Jake. We've been the same plan with Jake. If we got a lead or a comfortable lead that we felt comfortable with, that we could play and get experience for Justin and other players. And we'll continue to evaluate it that way. I think that you guys make a lot bigger deal out of it than it is. I think we've got 2 good quarterbacks, and I think both of them got better today. And the way they get better is by playing. So we'll make those decisions based on every game.
Coach, how did you let Natrez and D'Angelo Gibbs know that they'd be playing today?
I never really had to talk to Nick Trez or D'Angelo Gibbs about that. I mean, that was handled in the past, so we didn't have a monumental occasion or anything. We just communicate who's up and rotate guys. And those guys have served their discipline, served their punishment prior to this.
Do you foresee a rotation continuing, or would you like to get more settled in your front seven?
Continuing rotating the O-line.
Linebackers, interior, inside linebackers.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to rotate. I mean, we can't play two linebackers, guys. Football's a tough, physical game, especially when it's hot. So I mean, we had to sub Roquan last year, and he was a top 8 pick. So I mean, we're gonna have to play players, especially in tough places to play when it's in the afternoon and it's hot. So we want to create depth. We'll play the best players. That's always what it's going to boil down to. But we also have to be well conditioned.
I know with the rules being what they are, you guys probably worked some on the whole targeting thing or whatever. What were your thoughts on James's penalty there?
Yeah, just a poor decision. I mean, the kid's playing tough, a lot of effort. We were subbing out. You know, Miko was in that spot. We took Miko out late in the game. We were giving James one of his first punt reps. He didn't see the fair catch, so it wasn't like he was intent to harm. I never saw the fair catch myself either. It was really early, so I didn't think he fair caught it. But whether he fair catches that ball or not, we teach you to break down and never lead with the head. And you know, he doesn't tackle every day for a living. We've put him in tackling drills because we have to put those guys in tackling drills on special teams. But just not a good decision, kind of a rookie mistake, and it's really unfortunate because he's a really good player, and he'll be missed the first half of next week.
Can you talk about Channing Tindall and his progression since he's gotten on campus to this point, what you've seen out of him?
Channing's an extremely athletic young man. He's trying to comprehend and learn a lot of the things we're doing defensively, but he can run, and he's tough, and he's a great kid. He's really positive. I thought he played well on the special teams. I got to see him play. He didn't get to play a lot of linebacker until the second half, but we got to get him ready to play because he has a quality that some of our other guys don't have, which is really fast.
Coach, how do you think Tyson Campbell played?
Hard to say without watching the tape. You know, I saw the one throw over on the sideline. He made a nice play, but he had some nerves. He missed some checks that we make him check. He missed some things, but he was nervous. I mean, when it's your first game in that stadium, it's nerve-wracking. I think he'll gain some confidence, and that's what we wanted him to do today.
Kirby, I think you got 3 true freshman offensive linemen in the third quarter in the game. Do you think, in tighter games that you'll be relying on those guys, or how do you can you be?
We'll be relying on the best offensive lineman we can put out there. It doesn't matter the age. I mean, I don't look at those guys because of the guys you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about 2 of them were here in the spring. So it's hard to call them freshmen because they went through so much work. It's not just the 15 practices, it's the 20 meetings you had in between the 15 practices. So those kids are growing, they're maturing. We need them to grow up, and if they're the best players, they'll play.
You have some positive things to say about Tyson during camp. What was it that kind of finally maybe put his head, put him over the hump when it came to starting today?
I think just a gut instinct that he's the next best guy. I mean, he's athletic, fast, strong, got good ball skills. I mean, at some point you got to make a decision on who you want to grow and go play with. And, you know, Stokes came in and played a lot of snaps for Bake, and I thought Stokes played well, but we just felt like Tyson was the best guy to go with at this point.
Were you able to see
Justin
much?
Fields, your thoughts about him?
How Justin did? I thought early in the game he was a little nervous. You know, he had a couple plays where things broke down a little bit and he created. Maybe didn't go to his first read and took off. And I encouraged him to not take a hit, and his first play ran over like 2 guys. So that was not really what we were looking for. And he took better care of himself the rest of the time. And that's a conversation we have with both quarterbacks. We got to be careful because we got 2 quarterbacks right now.
What did you see out of D'Angelo Gibbs? And it looked like he worked at both the start and the second half back at safety. Where does he fit in?
He's star and safety. That's where he works. That's where he practices. He's growing and getting better. I think he's getting confidence in the defensive system. Where last year he played a little bit, but not sure he knew or was comfortable knowing what exactly he had to do. The safety position he's playing and the star position he plays are tied together. So one can't know what the other's doing without kind of sharing it. So those 2 positions tie together well. He had a couple good plays today, but he also had some that he didn't do as well. So I hope he continues to get better because we need depth in the secondary. If we're to lose somebody in the secondary, it'd be scary. So we've got to get guys ready to play. And I thought he went in there and did a good job today.
Did you
Kirby,
think
at
relatively
halftime,
healthy, and do you think Godwin will be able to go next week?
I lost you beginning there.
I'm sorry, did you get out of this game relatively healthy, and do you think Terry will be able to go next week?
Yeah, Justin had a little bit of an ankle sprain. Justin Young had a little bit of a knee sprain. But I think Justin was able to play. Fields was able to play with his. Kieris and Jason will kind of play if they have to. Thought they could have gone. They both got soft tissue injuries. And then Terry has worked out the last 2 days really well, but didn't know if he could play or not, so we held him. So we really need those 3 wideouts back. They all give us something different, and especially with James out possibly now, we've got to have these 3 fast wideouts to help us.
Kirby, at halftime, your foundation gave $5,000 to the family of the Austin Peay assistant coach. Obviously, has a special needs child. I wonder if you could just speak to how that story touched you, your family, and your fan base, and how they rallied.
Yeah, my wife reached out to me when that story got ran in Dog Nation, I think it was, and their offensive line coach came over to me, and I was really emotional and very appreciative, not of just our family foundation, but UGA period. And Coach Healy before the game even made mention that it's meant so much to their spirits, to the family, and they wouldn't be where they are without support of UGA. And I think it's just indicative of our university and our people to see what's been done for Von Gales and see what's been done for the Austin Peay line coach. I think it's a special deal.
How about Richard LeCamp? Your thoughts on him?
There wasn't, didn't seem like there was a lot there. There were a couple checks he might have missed, but he was very confident in walkthroughs. I really thought he carried himself well, and I told him that he's been building up to this moment for 2 years, and the reason we've been really hard on him is so that it's easy in the game. And I thought he keyed things well. Didn't get challenged a lot, so the verdict's still out. As far as our pass defense on secondary, we didn't get challenged. I mean, they didn't try to throw it much.
Coach, part of the ability to get the K-Mays and Justin Shaker on the field extra blocker, how long was that? You've been working on that. How effective do you think that could be moving forward?
Well, I think it depends on how every defense plays it. Every defense is going to have a different mechanism, different checks. Everybody will play it different. So when you go big, they got to go big. Find out how they're going to play it. And nothing says we got to run it. And they're big guys and they're physical, and we didn't get a lot out of this game, so maybe we shouldn't have done it.
Just the third matchup between you and Will, is it any easier or harder going up against somebody that you've known for such a long time, the third time or fourth time, etc.?
Yeah, it's never easy with Will because I got a lot of respect for him as a coach and a person, and our careers have paralleled a lot, and I think he does a tremendous job. He's got a lot of respect for the way he coaches and the way their team plays. So it's not easy, but it's not about he and I either. It's about his players.
Coach, how was your game day experience out of your new facility and all that?
Well, it was a lot cooler and a lot roomier. I mean, we're able to flex and stretch and do a lot of things that we weren't able to do. I did get a little confused there at the end of the half. I was ready to go the other way before I realized why was everybody going the other way. So, it's nice in there. It's a first-class facility, and I think the biggest benefit is if you guys ever let me get out of here, I get to go over and see 200 recruits, so speed it up.
Last question.
Kirby, in real time, was there anything you can specific you mind mentioning about what kind of, you had some frustrations with today? Is there anything specific you feel like you guys didn't do up to snuff?
Just body language and demeanor on the field. There's times that we don't play with a sense of urgency, guys walking around, get up on the line, get set, let's go. I thought there was times that we weren't real well conditioned, and we didn't get tested conditioned. We didn't get, it was like we only played so many snaps, but we got to get up and go play. Body language is probably the biggest thing that I was disappointed in. They got to get up and go play. Thanks.
Thanks, man.